Today we're going to be checking out the Perlon so many people have been asking me about. That's coming up right after this. In true AWC style, I'm going to give you guys a little background on Perlons. Particularly here in the US, it seems like Perlons have just exploded onto the scene over the past few years. But they actually originated in Europe and were hugely popular there in the 60s and 70s, particularly on vintage divers, when rubber straps or NATOs didn't want to be used. They're instantly recognizable by their basket weave pattern, the most common weave of which mimics the pattern that was found on tropic rubber bands like the one you see here, which also came about in the 60s as a cheaper, more practical replacement to the metal bands that came on sports watches like Rolex and other vintage divers. Now, with summertime right around the corner, we're going to take a closer look at some of WatchGecko's offerings that give you a great alternative to the rubber and NATO straps often used in hotter weather. What we have here are 7 examples of WatchGecko's Perlon offerings that I've been wearing over the last month, paired mostly with my Orient Bambino. There are 3 different types of Perlon styles depicted here, which all give you a different look at the option of 1-piece Perlon or a 2-piece Perlon. Everything we're going to check out can be found on WatchGecko.com, and the AWC family gets their 10% discount using the promo code cgwatchfam. The first 2 styles we're going to take a look at are the Hewlett Panama and Cristal Perlon 1-pieces. These both share the classic tropic band weave style. The primary difference between the 2 is that the Panama style uses thicker strands to make the weave pattern, while the Cristal uses thinner strands to make the same pattern. Now, several people have asked me whether or not these Perlons are adjustable, and the answer is that it depends. These 3 we're looking at here are in fact adjustable in their length, and if this is something that you're looking for, your key indicator is going to be the style of the buckle. If we look at the 2-piece Panama style variant, you'll immediately see the difference in the buckle, with the 2-piece buckle being more substantial and more like a conventional buckle, meaning this end of the strap has the buckle secured with stitching. What that means for you is that it isn't adjustable in length. Now, if we take a closer look at the buckle on these 1-pieces, you'll see that it's secured to the Perlon by being pulled through the crossbars in the buckle, as this buckle has 3 crossbars as opposed to 1. That's what allows you to pull the strap through. Now, the design means that there are no predetermined holes for the buckle pin, and that you can often get a more comfortable fit using this style of strap. But if you have a larger wrist, you'll want to double check the length of non-adjustable Perlons and the max length of adjustable Perlons. These are offered in a variety of colors and buckle finishes that make it easy to find the perfect combo for fun in the sun. My personal preference is for the 2-piece models. While they aren't as convenient as sliding through a 1-piece, the hardware is more substantial and higher quality. The next 2 examples use my favorite style of weave, which is the Palma Pacific, offered as either a 1-piece or a 2-piece, neither of which are adjustable in length. I absolutely love the look of this pattern. It's more substantial in its look and feel, and isn't a weave you often see when checking out Perlons on Instagram. For those of you with odd width lugs on a few of your watches, like 19mm lug width or 21mm lug widths, Perlons are ideal because their weave means you can easily use a 20 or 22mm on these pieces respectively, as the weave of the Perlon has more than enough give to use these neatly without seeing any additional bulk. Some of the primary reasons these Perlons are ideal alternatives to rubber straps and NATOs in the warm weather, aside from a change in aesthetics, includes the fact that the weave design makes them incredibly breathable. The material means that they're rarely, if ever, gonna fray. They dry quickly after they've been wet, and they don't get stretchy when they're wet, so your watch is still secure on your wrist. In terms of comfort, the heat seal finish used on the edges, and more importantly, the backside that rests on your skin, makes sure they don't feel itchy and don't irritate more sensitive skin types. When I used my first Perlon from a different manufacturer, which is this red one, it did make me scratch my wrist often or reposition it because it was getting uncomfortable. The end result was that while I liked the look, I've never worn it again. I'm happy to report that I have experienced none of these issues with these Perlons. In regard to their stiffness, the ones I've worn the most, which is the black one piece, has softened over time, which leads me to believe that over more time, with continued wear, it would in fact soften up more. If I have one complaint about them at all, it's only with those that have the thinner buckle, which appears to be a stamped out metal and just in general looks cheaper to me. Although it's worth noting for you guys that those are currently the only ones that allow you to adjust the length of the Perlon. If you have any additional questions or comments about Perlons, please be sure to post them below. I hope you guys enjoyed that look at a few of WatchGecko's offerings. Be sure to get on their website and check out everything else they have and make good use of that discount code. If you guys are interested in how to win these Perlons, make sure you follow me on my other social media accounts, which are all linked up in the video description. And be sure to like the channel's Facebook page, also linked up in the video description. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And as always, if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. That's it for this one. CG out.